And this is how we get down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to a little show we like to call the Coach and Company. What was I doing right there? I'm spreading us out all over social media, all over YouTube, but also we are live on the Stadium Network, as we always are, available in over 110 million homes, Prime Video, Direct TV, YouTube TV. The list goes on and on. Now, as you can see, wearing the PFL hat. As you can see, we are outside of the friendly confines. To get to air today, you have no idea. But sometimes in this crazy world of media and shows and tech, you got to get the job done. And we did. If you are in the chat, I would encourage you to hit that like button. It really helps the show grow. And in the meantime, before we look forward, we got a great show for you today. We must look back. And last night, a solid day. Oh, look who did a little 2-0 work, 4-2 at the brand. If you cashed with the coach, that over 6.5, and I know somewhere out there right now, whether it's on the X, whether it's on YouTube, Big Cheesy is watching. Big Cheesy, this one's for you. Don't come at your boy. I beat you every single time. Now, do not forget, coming up tomorrow, we have two shows on Stadium. That is the Coach and Bro Show at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and then repeated 6 a.m. on Thursday morning. Me and Vince Russo, all the biggest topics in the world of pro wrestling. And then also a BTT conversation. Do you think we have enough content? Josh Segura, Abbott Elementary, Chicago PD, Sirens, the new show on Netflix, and he's a gigantic pro wrestling fan. He will sit down with us and with me. That will be released later today on our YouTube channels. All right. Over the course of the next 60 minutes, we've got some big-time names that didn't show up for minicamp. Will they get their contracts? Also, we look ahead to NBA game number 3 on Wednesday night. We've got a little prize fight. It's Tuesday. And a very special one-word edition today. But do you hear that? The company's ready to come in. It's time to beat the books. All right, and today we've got a full slate. And I'm a little shocked that our first man, or very young man, showed up today after the catch of the year against his squad last night. Young Peyton, King Lettuce. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Coach. Morning, guys. Just got over the flu. Feeling really good that I'm here and woke up before noon because laying in bed was absolutely horrendous. But the catch, we'll talk about that later, Coach.
Did you have a little FOMO because Soupy was kind of questioning your sickness, so to speak, openly on the air?
Oh,
I'm sure you saw that.
No, I wasn't really thinking about Soupy much when I was in bed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. And his rival is right next door to him, the best damn beard in the game. Soupy, good morning, sir.
Good morning, everybody. It is a great day. Last night, not an exciting Stanley Cup final, but it got a little physical at the end. I think that's going to help it going forward.
And we've got a big topic on that coming up in one word. Now, he's our numbers guy for a reason. Say good morning to Rafael Esparza. Good morning, Rafael.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, family. A little confused today on this great day of Tuesday because last time I checked, Peyton lives in California and he has a hoodie on. Isn't it like 100 degrees everywhere in the United States?
Very interesting. It's cold in the morning and after 5:30 in the evening, but not in between. Yes.
For a hoodie?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people out in California right now wearing hoodies around LA. If you know, you know. Let's stop the nonsense. All right. Finally, he is the best soccer capper in America. He is from the Dirty Dirty. His name is Charles. We call him Big Chuck. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Coachman Company. I want to be the first to congratulate you for your 2-0 sweep. So much for that under coming in. Nice night. Now we have a little soccer. We wrap up those qualifiers. Then a big weekend ahead. Ready to get it going.
You're damn right. By the way, I got a little distracted. I didn't realize how handsome I look today here on Coach and Company, live on Prime Video. I mean, it's like I never age. It's like I never age. All right, gentlemen, I said on Monday that I had this gut feeling that we're going to have 5 straight winning days this week. We've got one. thanks to your boy. Now it's time for all of you to step up today. So, young Peyton, I'm going to start with you, sir. What are our best bets?
I'm going with Yankees Royals under 8.5 today at -105. Max Fried against Noah Cameron. Going to be a great pitchers matchup here. Everyone knows about Max Fried and how great he's been, but has anyone seen Noah Cameron of the Royals pitch? This guy has thrown more than 30 innings in just 5 starts. He's not allowed more than 1 run in any of those starts. An ERA of 0.85. We're seeing an under tonight. And Brandon, did you thought? Yes, he stinks. He's been terrible for Arizona in his last 2 starts. He's gone 3 innings and has allowed 14 runs in 2 starts. And in one of those 2 starts, he didn't get an out, gave up 8 earned runs to just start the game and got pulled. So Brian Woo on the mound for Seattle. I like the Mariners in this one at -120.
By the way, while you were giving those two, what I consider already green check marks, guess who just came into the chat, young Peyton? My nemesis. Well, you can't really have a nemesis when you dominate him every single time you go against him. Big Cheesy. And he goes, 2-0 heater. Here we go. Yeah, Big Cheesy. 2-0 heater all the way back to Super Bowl, whatever that was. But also he says, I need a Peyton 3-piece bozo pack. So he's taking strays at you, Peyton.
Yeah, that's been our thing, though. I like the 3-piece bozo packs. Right? 1 3-piece bozo pack coming right up for Big Cheesy in a couple of years.
Very good. The prize fight coming up at the bottom of the hour, about 10:32 a.m. Eastern time. Now, let's come right next door. My man, Soupy, what are our best bets today, sir?
Starting with Phillies under 2.5 runs in the first 5. They are struggling on offense. They've gone under 2 runs in the game in 5 of the last 7. And Colin Ria, as long as he's not facing the Reds, he's a really good pitcher. He's gone 5 innings and allowed under 3 runs in 5 of his last 8 starts. I think he's going to be able to get to Philly today. And then let's go to the WNBA. Liberty, they're going for the 9-0 Commissioner's Cup against the Chicago Sky. They've already played the Sky this year. They beat them by 25. They have the biggest point difference at 19 points per game. In the Sky, they have the second worst at -12.5 per game. So I think that the Liberty come out strong and they win big.
Do too. By the way, Subi, you missed it yesterday. We were showing the fashion show that was prior to the Sky WNBA game with Angel Reese, and we were hoping that you would have been here. But certainly Seabass, who right now is in his feelings as she surpassed her own point total with rebounds. It's hard to do that. It's really, really hard to do that.
Extremely, especially when you get 2 points and only 1 rebound to do.
The gift that keeps on giving. All right. Now up next, we already have, I believe, 4 check marks. I'm looking into the future. I'm like Oz, the mentalist. Now, Raphael, coming over to you, big boy. You got a brand new roof. You're good to go. No leaks today. What do we have with our best bets?
What a day yesterday was. But we're going to rebound because we had a win yesterday. We had 1 player. We cashed a W. So we're going to go back with just 1 game. We're going to take the Angels first 5 -0.5 at -102. They're playing the Sacramento A's. Yes, I call them the Sacramento A's because they've lost 12 straight road games. Yesterday, the Angels won first 5. I think they're going to win again because the Sacramento A's stink on the road. So give me that. And the Angels have won 7 out of their last 8 games against division opponents.
All right. Those are 5 green check marks. Now, this man, he literally dreams green check marks. Big Chuck, where are we heading today, sir?
Going to start out European World Cup qualifiers. They wrap up and we have San Marino versus Austria. San Marino, they're the punching bags of European soccer with their home matches averaging 3.5 total goals. I see Austria having a field day in this one. The first half over 1.75 first half goals. This one should have 2 or 3 first half goals easy. Then we're going to transition to the MLB. We have the Cubs and the Phillies. Kyle Schwarber over, or just to get an RBI, over half a RBI. He has loved this matchup with Colin Ray, either or. He's 375 lifetime with 1 home run and 4 RBIs. I think he picks up another one tonight.
Shout out to our girl Kimberly in the chat. She says alarm is set so I don't miss today's show. She's talking about weekday wagers. I just hope that DG actually shows up on time at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Now, this man and his incredible analytical website we like to call JTS. I believe, Mark, last night you had the Panthers money line, yes, but
Correct.
also the puck line, yes?
Correct. We missed on the over. There was just way too many damn penalties, and it just sailed to the over. So congratulations on you cashing a ticket, Coach. The model had the under, so that one hurt a little bit, but 2 out of 3. Even Meatloaf said 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Are you admitting to the masses that I'm sharper than the JTS model? Is that what you're saying?
Look, Coach, between you and Mike,
it's a yes or no question.
No, a clock is right 2 times out of the day, even when it's broken.
Very interesting. You have no idea what's coming, or you wouldn't take a shot at me today, because I am not in a good mood. But I'll be in a much better mood if we can hit our JTS play of the day.
You sure can. Coach and company fam, strap in, because today's play of the day, it's a 2-sport mashup dripping with value. Our first stop is we're going to go to Barclays Center, where New York Liberty's Sabrina Ionescu, we're going to take her to get at least 20 points and rebounds. The Chicago Sky that she's facing have 0 answers for her over her career. She has smashed this line in 5 of the 7 meetings against the Sky and is averaging over 24 points and rebounds in those games. Translation, buckets and boards are practically scheduled programming for her. Next, we're going to go from Barclays Center to Citi Field in Queens, where we're backing Washington Nationals' Mackenzie Gore to get 6 or more strikeouts against the Mets. Gore has been mowing hitters down all season long. He has punched out 6 or more in 12 of his last 13, and he is a perfect 7 for 7 in night road games, averaging almost 8 Ks. The model loves this matchup. Trends back it up. Put them both together for a plus 103. Just a Stat Sports play of the day.
And if you want to be a part of what we're doing, we're full partners with JTS. Come on over. The water's warm. QR code on the screen. Use our code BTT30, and I'm going to give you 30 days for free. You come out and check out everything on the site, and then in July, when that 30 days is up, you're just going to say, thank you, Coach, and keep on riding with us. Now, gentlemen, does anybody have handy any Kleenex? Any Kleenex handy? Because apparently Mark, while you guys were giving out your plays, was giving a whiny little – I can't say that on Stadium. Here's what Mark wrote in the chat. Unbelievable. So many penalties stole that under from all of us. Can't even give your boy a little credit. But here's how bad my last 12 hours have been. We can get Kleenex at Target, just like we can get this at Target. This is on the outside of my room right now in real time. Producer man, if you don't mind. I forgot to pack boxer shorts for this particular trip. So I have people, and that is on the outside of my door right now. So I should have told my runner, that's what we call it in the business, Mark, a runner, to get some Kleenexes for you, because you can't give your boy. I don't even know what kind of boxers those are, or if they even fit. We'll find out. Second break. Around the dime, and we'll have a chance to get up and go to the door. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up, but at least we got on the air. More than I can say for some people out there. If you know, you know. Now, gentlemen, we've got a lot to get to. We've got one word. Was it the catch of the year? Also, 2 days in between every single game is way too long. But hey, we look forward to Game 3 tomorrow night. This game moves back to Indiana. And also, 3 big names that did not report to OTAs. They want a contract extension. They want more money. Do they have a case? We discuss that in about 33 minutes from right now. Sometimes the scramblest shows, that's for Soupy, are the best shows. This is Coach and Company. Having a great time already right here on Stadium. So the question is, boys, have you ever forgotten something really, really important on a trip that made you scramble at the last minute? Peyton?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember doing so. No.
I bet your girl did.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You
without
take all
question.
your trips with your girl.
And then I gotta go pick it up with her. Like,
That's
oh,
the worst.
forgot that. Oh, all right, let's go. And Oh my goodness, that was bad.
Yeah, we got a little PTSD for Peyton right now. Soupy, what about you?
I went to a trip to Denver for like a week of snowboarding, and I intentionally, because I could not fit a pair of socks into my suitcase, it was already so packed. So yeah, as soon as we landed on the plane, I had to run to the store and go get socks.
You couldn't fit socks.
I could not fit. It was so packed.
Oh my God. Raphael, what about you?
Oh, I do this all the time, and I'm running to CVS. I forget my medication all the time. It's always on the kitchen table or in the bathroom all the time. CVS knows me everywhere.
I feel like you're one of those guys like my dad who had a heart transplant. You have the little pill thing where Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yes, just like that. Just like that. I knew it.
Oh, I'm old.
That is hilarious. Big Chuck, have you ever forgotten anything?
It's guaranteed. Every time I go somewhere, I forget something. Unfortunately, I don't have a runner. I definitely need to look into that.
I mean, it is kind of first world problems. You know what I mean? One text, boom, there it is. Now, whether or not I can get Wi-Fi to work, I kid you not, I'm in my 4th room this morning. 4th. My stuff is still in 638. I have nothing in here. But that's my dedication to this brand. That's my dedication to all of you. You don't just say, hey, Peyton, you want to host? I can't get on the Wi-Fi. No, you scramble. You go down to the breakfast. You get a little plate. You eat. You get rejuvenated. And then you say this. We're back on Stadium in 5 seconds. Okay, everybody, welcome back into Coach and Company. Having a great day. You're allowed to have fun in this business. Didn't anybody tell you that? We are live on the Stadium Network. If you miss any of this show, you can always catch us on demand on our Coach and Company and Weekday Wagers YouTube page. I encourage you to go there and subscribe. Also to our BTT YouTube page. That thing is growing like crazy. Coach and Bro Show. That will be tomorrow night, 11 p.m. Eastern. Also on Stadium. And we have a brand new BTT conversation dropping today with Josh Segura of Abbott Elementary, Chicago PD, Sirens on Netflix, and he's a gigantic wrestling fan as well. All right, you guys know what time it is. I love this game because we're way more than a sports betting show. It's time to delve a little deeper into big-time topics. We go one word. Oh, I love that music. Gets me going in the morning. It makes me feel really good. Now, all right, Peyton, Soupy, you guys know the rules. Peyton, you start us off. You piggyback Soupy, and I will bring it home. Topic number 1. And Peyton, I apologize because this happened against your squad and your dad's squad. By the way, Roger Lodge calling games this year. Let's go. But Denzel Clark of the Sacramento A's last night, and I saw this because your dad tweeted, is this the best catch of all time? I don't know about that, but this was amazing. Producer man, if you don't mind, let's take a look at that catch from last night. This was absolutely insane what he did and how comfortable he was in the thing. Go ahead and roll it. Okay, he's saying it's not working. Everybody's seen it. Go to social media and check it out. But Peyton, one word. Was this the best catch of all time? Or one word on just this year?
Coach, my one word is misleading. Because first of all, Joe Adell is not as skilled as an outfielder as Denzel Clark. He had kind of a mishap too. But Clark's catch, as great as it was, really had little impact on the game last night as he robbed a Nolan Schanuel homer, a solo homer, and neither did Adell's. He botched the ball and went over for a 2-run shot. That made it 7-2. Okay. And by the way, Adell more than made up for it with a homer and 3 RBIs last night. And he now has 3 homers in his last 3 games, and he's hitting .308 here in June. I'd take my guy, Joe Adell.
Junior. This was just another routine catch for Ken Griffey Jr. We used to see him all the time climb the wall just like that. It's a great catch. I think it is the catch of the year. But for Junior, that was just routine.
School, as in I'm going old school as I watch this one more time because this was incredible. This is what an old school center fielder would do. He would look back, and then climb the wall. This is classic Mike Trout in that stadium when Mike Trout actually played center field before his skills eroded. But my one word is school, as in old school. Now, speaking of old school, last night at NHL Stanley Cup Final game number 3, 6-1, easy, sweat-free cash for the over for your boy. But that wasn't the story of the game. It was 21 penalties. It was 85 penalty minutes and fights, which you never see in the playoffs, much less the finals. One word, Peyton, on what we saw last night down in Florida.
Rivalry. Last year's series went to 7 games, and these two teams are sick of each other and they hate each other. But love that we got this rematch from last season because one heck of a series it is this year. And for the 2 games, both to go to overtime, games 1 and 2, I mean, come on. At the end of every play, we have extracurricular activity, and during every play, we have extra hits that just do not need to be committed. The physicality is off the charts, and we all know that's why we love watching this series. It's why we love watching playoff hockey.
You already mentioned it, old school. This is the way hockey used to be when they used to have an enforcer on every team, the guy who would go on the ice. You knew when he was on that ice that there was going to be some physicality. We usually don't see it in the playoffs because they play each other over and over again. They don't want that to sort of transition throughout the series. But with these two playing in their second straight Stanley Cup Finals together, yeah, this got intense and I loved it.
My one word is 3. As in, it took 3 hours to play the third period. That took forever. I landed at the airport, and it was in the second break. I get my bags, get in the car, because, yes, guys, I have a driver. And then I get to the hotel, and I had plenty of time to watch the last 10 minutes and cash the over. That was the longest third period in the history of time. But I'm here for it. Give me fights in the playoffs. My one word is 3. Now, next, 2017, the French Open was won by Rafael Nadal. He did it 1,000 times in his career. I never understand when people spend a lot of money on collectibles, but this one's incredible. The racket that he used just went at auction for $157,000. One word, Peyton, on somebody spending that much on a racket.
My word is racket because it's a racket that he bought that. I mean, I hope that thing has financing. That's ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know. That's my one word. That's really expensive for one collectible.
Average. Sorry, just because you have Nadal's racket doesn't mean you could play like Nadal. Why are you spending $150,000 to try to play like Nadal? You're just going to sit there and admire it? Come on.
Did you say Nadal?
Nadal.
Are you saying Nadal? Nadal?
Sure. Yeah.
Topic number 4. All right. So last night in downtown LA, despite all of the craziness that's going on out here, and me and Peyton are living through it, but they still had the BET Awards. And Cam Newton, admittedly, has had a resurgence in his career through the media. His podcast, very popular. He's back on First Take. And he was a guest last night at the BET Awards. But this is what he decided to wear to the BET Awards. Peyton, one word on Cam Newton's fashion choice.
My word is guts. It took a lot of guts to wear that out in public. I mean, what did the Liberace estate have a garage sale? Or what's with all of the colors? Did a parrot explode on his vest? I don't know. Say what you want about Cam Newton, who may be a former MVP, but that guy is 100% a fashion disaster.
Flowery. It looks like he's got flowers on his shirt. He's in the background with flowers. He's blossoming into now a young podcaster. He's looking great. I think so.
Oh, the blossoming with the flowers behind it. I see what you did there, Soupy. I see what you did. My one word is tight. Good Lord, that thing is tight. Now, if I had a body like that, I would probably wear that tight of stuff too. but somebody told him when he bought it that was a good idea. Hey, Cam, I know you're watching this morning. It wasn't. But it got me to thinking, boys, what if the Coach and Company crew decided to branch out into our different fashion choices? In fact, Peyton, I was thinking, were you, what would you look like if you decided to wear something similar to what Cam Newton wore last night? I have a feeling it would look a little something like this. Now, I believe this was your picture from your junior prom, is what I'm guessing. Your thoughts on the yellow with the yellow hat?
What the heck is this?
It looks like Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, it does look like Dumb and Dumber. Yeah. What? Wait a second. Oh,
Ooh, that's
this is
sharp.
more like it.
That's sharp.
Raphael, very astute for you. What's with all the numbers on the jacket? Is that on brand?
That's how I roll. That's how much money I have in my pockets from cashing tickets.
Do we have, I don't know. Soupy.
The gray hair in his beard.
Yeah,
look
the
like
gray
I should be
hair.
in an
You're
80s
borrowing my
metal
arms.
band.
Oh my God, Chuck.
He's a jockey.
Chuck, that's tight, big boy. That is tight.
That is not tight.
That is far from tight. What is the flag over the shoulder?
You look like a
Notre
very
Dame-
astute caddy.
The Notre Dame mascot is.
That's like an old school movie caddy outfit. Oh, Peyton, we got a second one.
I like that one.
You kind of look like Bruno Mars, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I like that one. I could get behind that one.
Yeah, I like
Oh
that
my
one.
goodness. See, apparently Cam Newton and my entire crew went to the same. Oh my gosh, just absolutely banana land last night. Which do we like the best out of those?
The last one. I like the Angel.
You like Peyton's
Yeah,
Angels one the best?
I
Yeah.
had to grade the BET Awards last night, so you guys are making fun of it. I was upgrade. I had to watch it twice because I missed one.
You had to grade the BET Awards?
Yeah, I had prop
There-
bets on.
You had prop bets? What was the most popular prop bet at the BET Awards?
I think it had to be some of Nicki Minaj. I think we had we should have a wardrobe malfunction. I think that was probably one of the popular ones.
A wardrobe malfunction. Surely Cam Newton took that one home. I mean, come on. So, does anybody else laugh at the thought of Raphael late at night, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning, working on Nicki Minaj props for the BET Awards? You talk about off-brand. Anybody else? Was there a Cardi B prop? Was there a?
Yeah. We had, I think, 28 different ways to bet the BET Awards.
28 different ways. Maybe the swag police need to leave your house because you got a lot of swag. If you're doing 28, Soupy, did you watch BET Awards last night?
From start to finish. Kendrick Lamar won Album of the Year. I know that.
You know that?
Yeah.
Minus 1,000, he was the favorite.
Minus 1,000.
Yep.
That was just a lock.
Yeah.
That was just absolutely a lock. Now I got to tell you guys, coming up on the other side after the prize fight, we have some sound that you guys haven't even heard yet. And sometimes you never know who's watching, who's paying attention, and who's getting flowers from the craziest places. That's coming up on the other side. Also, still to come on the second half of Coach and Company, we're going to delve into game number 3. Yeah, it seems like it's been 2 weeks, and they've only played 2 games, but it's tied at a game apiece. Game 3 tomorrow in Indiana. And then also NFL players making news. We're in June. This is Coach and Company. Having a great time right here on Stadium. All right, everybody, welcome in to our degenerates on our YouTube channel. Now, I got to tell you, as we head into June, and the tech continues to be funky today, right on Right on point. I'm just getting texts right now from, I can't even talk about this one yet. We're going to get to the NFL topics here in a second. But real quick, guys, as we head into game number 3, do we like the 2 days off or not? Or does it seem too long? Peyton, let me know.
I mean, obviously, as a fan, not a player, no, I hate it. But I mean, I'm sure they like it, and their legs sure like it. That's for sure. I played last night at the park on the blacktop, and I am feeling it this morning. And these guys have been playing all season. They're probably going through it right now. I'm sure they like it.
Last night, Soupy, one of the hockey announcers said he was giving out the rest of the schedule or the next 3 games, and he says game number 4, and then a quick turnaround. He goes Thursday to Saturday. He said quick turnaround. Have we gotten to a place where 1 day off is a quick turnaround in Stanley Cup Finals or NBA Finals?
It's all about just elongating the season. It just means paying attention to it longer, more money involved. I do like the fact that it does give these guys the fresher legs, more time off for a more competitive series.
I agree with that a lot. But who does it give the advantage to? We got about 30 seconds, Peyton. Is the advantage to the Thunder or the Pacers with more days off?
I mean, both of them, really. I wouldn't pick either team. They're both really young teams. I'd say the advantage might go to Pascal Siakam. That's about it.
You know what's on brand is when everything goes out. I was planning on getting my boxers during this break, but our baseball open didn't. So I've got boxers hanging on the door. Housekeeping, no doubt, we'll be grabbing them. But we're getting a lot of great chat comments. If you know, you know. We're back in 5 seconds. Direct TV, YouTube TV. Me and producer man are going to have a little meeting after the show today. Welcome back to Coach and Company live on the Stadium Network. Oh, there we go. Prime Video, Direct TV, YouTube TV. You guys know every single Tuesday that I have 2 guys that they might have a good time. They may joke back and forth, all that kind of stuff, but they truly do not like each other. But we love Prize Picks. So I put the 2 things together, and every Tuesday right here, right now, we have our little selves a prize fight. All right, gentlemen, you know the rules. Whoever won the week before gets to go first today. Was it Soupy? Did you take down young Peyton last week?
Yeah, just another week for me.
That's got to sting, Peyton. That's got to sting. Got to be honest. All right, Soupy, you're up, sir. Let's go.
Let's start with Miles Mikolas. He is absolutely awful pitcher. 4.33 ERA over his last 6 seasons. He's going against Toronto, and they have a career 5.56 slugging percentage. Mikolas, 1 percentile in whiff rate, and Toronto has the lowest whiff rate in the league. I think they're going to make a ton of contact off him, so I got him at more than 3.5 runs. Mackenzie Gore, more than 2.5 walks, going against the Mets, who are 4th in walk rate this year. In lifetime, he has a 9.2 walk rate against the Mets lineup, and he's allowed 3 or more in 4 starts this season. And I have been banking on my boy Freddie all season. He's 3rd in average, 4 in OPS, going against Dylan Cease of the Padres, who's struggling this year. He really is. It's unfortunate because he's a Cy Young candidate type of pitcher, but he is 5 for 11 against Cease, so I have him more than 6.5 hitter fantasy score.
Said Peyton owns Soupy, sweeps him this week. Your response?
Sorry, cheesy. You can lose just like you lost to the coach at the Super Bowl.
See, that was actually pretty good. If you know, you know. All right, King Lettuce, you're up.
All right. First, we should none of this should count if you don't say the players' names right. Who's Mikolas? I mean, what are we doing? All right. Our first pick today is Joe Adell for the Halos, who is 4 for 9 for a couple of doubles against Mitch Spence. He's hitting the ball extremely hard right now. Even his outs have been line drives. Last night, he was 2 for 3 with a homer and 3 RBIs. His OPS in the month of June is over 1,200. Tonight, he just needs 5 fantasy points. We're going with the Joe Show. Also, how about 6 scoreless and 9 strikeouts in your major league debut? That's what Mick Abel did of the Phillies. So we have him today as our demon pick to go just 5 2/3. Mick the man can do that in his sleep. Our second demon pick is Carson Palmquist to walk 3 batters today. He's done this in his last 2 out of 3 games and has a whip of almost 2. The Giants, as a team, walk 3.5 times a game. Need 3 from our boy Carson Palmquist.
Very good. And Soupy catching strays out there today on pronunciations as well. All right.
I know how to pronounce win.
Win. Oh.
I know how to pronounce win.
Do you know how to spell it?
W-E-I.
Oh, good Lord. Producer man, I need everybody. There we go. I need everybody on the screen. Because sometimes I just got to stop the show. Sometimes I got to take a minute 30 just to give ourselves some flowers. Now, gentlemen, you never know. Sometimes we're in this coaching company bubble, and you never know who's watching, who's talking about you, or who understands what we're truly all about. Now, recently, on an Angels broadcast during the game, Peyton, who does the games with your dad when he fills in? Is that Mark Langston?
That is Mark Langston. Yes, sir.
He's a big hockey fan, right?
Big hockey fan. Man, he's an absolute legend, Mark. Love Mark.
He's a legend in the game. And Peyton's dad is the only person walking God's green earth that has ever done the biggest reality show on television and also called a major league game. But gentlemen, from where you all started to where you are now, producer man, roll tape.
I mentioned Little League Day, and again, so great to have my son Peyton with us in the booth here. Awesome. Love the show that he's doing. Coach and Company with Jonathan Coachman.
Yeah, I like that show also. It's fun listening to Peyton on that.
Does a great job. I'm a big Rafael Esparza guy on that show, and when Mark does his hockey picks, lights out. I love the Coach and Company.
I love it when Peyton does the prize fight with Sloopy. I'm a big fan of that.
Sloopy or Soupy?
Soupy's his name, but I always call him Sloopy. Ask Terry about that.
Hang on, Sloopy.
You're going to have to ask Terry about that one. That's what I mess with Terry a lot.
The 0-1 to Rodriguez is foul back, but yeah, the Coaching Company, Jonathan Coachman, has done a really nice job building that media empire. That's awesome. 3-2 Mariners here as we.
Now that was awesome. Charles, I apologize. He did not mention you in that segment, but you're obviously a part of the team. You're obviously a part of the team.
Always.
Sloopy.
Sloopy.
You know what it is? I think they want to put the L in there because they want me to lose to Peyton every week. But sorry, it's just not happening.
That's actually the best description of that word for you, Soupy, is sloopy. It always comes with an L.
Wow. At first when I heard it, I thought that Peyton was, or excuse me, that Peyton's dad was just like putting the show over. But when they got specific, and Mark Langston, he literally watches the show for your picks.
I love it. I am so absolutely in awe and humbled and speechless. That's incredible.
I was too. He reached out yesterday. He goes, "Hey, did you hear about what we did on the Angel?" I mean, that's a major league broadcast. That's incredible. Well done, gentlemen. Well freaking done. Even you, Sloopy. Even you.
And Peyton, the check's in the mail, buddy.
I love that. I absolutely love it. I also love that we get to talk right now about NBA. It's time to hoop it up. sports books, apparently, they do not care. Raphael, I want to start with you because it's 5.5, 228.5 is the total. Any line movement, what's going on with that?
The total. I was a little bit blown away that they opened it up at 227.5, and now it's like 228, 228.5. We will see 229, maybe even a 230, just because the Pacers average 118 points a game in home game playoffs. So we can see a high scoring matchup. But I'm going to do a reverse. Look at the series price. Don't think, oh yeah, minus $5. If the Pacers win this game, we could probably see OKC still be a $3 favorite when they redo the prices. So I would say if you like the Pacers and you still want to roll with them, get the plus $4. There's plus $4.50 in some shops. I think it's a really good value because even if they win this game, you're still going to get no value with OKC.
Yeah, it screams stubbornness that if the Pacers actually go up, Peyton, 2-1, if you can still get plus money and all they got to do is win 2 out of the next 4, to me, that's worth a sprinkle.
Yeah, and I did not like the Thunder's offense in game 1, especially in the second half, but they consistently moved the ball and got the best shot possible in game 2 on almost every possession. I know it's easier said than done, but the Pacers really need to emphasize closing the gaps on SGA in game 3 when they guard his ball screens, because they're hedging way too hard, which not only allows him to split the double team, but it also makes him do it with ease and with speed. So he's coming downhill off his ball screens now, giving himself so many options. And the Pacers need to figure out a way to stop that, because right now they're playing 4-on-3 on every possession after a ball screen.
Yeah, Soupy, SGA is playing like the MVP that he is, 72 points, whatever it's been through the first 2 games. He has not been able to be stopped, which means his points will probably, game 1 it was 33.5. And that's a really high number, especially in the finals. Do you think it's going to stay around 33, 34 for the rest of the series?
I believe that they're going to keep it around there just because he has that possibility. He scored 43 points against the Pacers in the regular season. So he has that potential to hit 35 to 40 points. And just the way he's been scoring, he is that primary scorer for the team. So yeah, that prop is going to stay there.
34.5, but it's juiced to the under, Raphael, minus 125. And you worked in the sportsbook industry, still do, for a very, very long time. When you have numbers where a guy goes over it that high, what would make it go up even higher?
But we're not going to see it go high in this game because if they're on a row, and what Carlisle said, we're just going to let him have his 30 points. We're just going to concentrate on everybody else. So I think 33.5 will probably be the closing number just because we're in Indiana. But if they go back to OKC, we could see 34.5 or maybe even 35.5 the way he played in OKC at the last game.
And we saw the over just barely come in, Peyton, at 2. I think it was 123, 107, 230. This one's at 228.5. That's where all the games have been. If we go back to Indiana, where I feel like the Pacers play a much faster pace than they do on the road, I would lean to the over. What about you?
Yeah, I would too. The Pacers seem like they just play a lot faster at home, getting behind their crowd, especially come tip-off, first couple of possessions. They're all moving, and especially coming out of the second half. Doesn't matter what the score is. Those guys are out firing every time. So you just got to hope the Thunder kind of keep up their end of the bargain on the scoring side of things from multiple people and not just SGA. Also, the Thunder defensively, how are they going to look on the road? Are they going to be talking as much as they do at home, and are they going to feel more comfortable on the defensive end? I think so, but we'll see how Indiana's offense plays out.
20 seconds, Soupy. I know you had it. Oh, Raphael, go ahead.
Value in the first half total, 112. Do the math. 112 plus 112 is not the close the number as 229.5, which is total is going to close at.
Okay, very good. Soupy, how about Raphael just taking your time right there?
It's important information, though, so that I allow him.
Wow, respect. Mm-hmm. I did not expect that from Sloopy. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. All right, still to come on the other side. We're now getting into OTAs. We're only a little over a month from training camp getting started in the NFL, but there are some big-time names that are no-shows, and I'm not talking about Aaron Rodgers. Does this need to continue? We're going to talk about it on the other side. Plus, we lock in every one of our best bets. This is Coach and Company, live, as always, on the Stadium Network.
Oh, yeah, a huge slate of baseball today. We're about 65, 70 games in now. All-Star break coming up in a few weeks. But right now, we're going around the diamond. We got our boy Mark from JTS. Mark, how are you today? And where are we going today, my friend?
Doing great, Peyton. Thank you. And we're going to start this round of diamond with a little no-run first inning. We're going to take the Braves and the Brewers. No-run first inning at plus 100. Both these pitchers are combined 5-1, no-run first inning, holding opposing bats to a ridiculously low sub-150 batting average in the first. And while Atlanta has been a solid nerfy team when on the road, the Brewers have been a nerfy gold mine, being held scoreless in the first inning in 87% of their home games. We've got two nerfy pitchers, two nerfy teams. This one is model approved. We're going to go from that to Colorado, and we're going to take the San Francisco Giants minus 2.5 at minus 112. San Fran's coming off a sweep of Atlanta at home. They're riding a 5-game win streak rolling into Coors Field. They are facing a Rockies lineup that just got pummeled 13-5 by the Mets their last time out. The Rockies are starting Carson Palmquist, a.k.a. batting practice, and that's as good as the news gets for Colorado's because their bullpen is gas can city. The Giants have averaged almost 7 runs a game during the win streak and are facing the worst team in the baseball. This spells a win by at least 3 runs. I trust the mismatch here, and that's your round the diamond.
The Rockies are starting batting practice. Wow. Quote Mark on that. I love that. Hey, Mark, real quick, does the model have the Rockies? Because does it have them beginning a nice little losing streak after the sweep of the Marlins last week? Because now they've lost a couple in a row.
So the thing with the models pick is that they can look at that anomaly for what it was, and it's 2 bad teams playing really bad baseball, and one of them played a little bit better than the other. When compared against the rankings overall, that stuff kind of gets filtered out, and yeah, it doesn't look good for the Rockies this year.
No, definitely not. You can catch Around the Diamond on Tuesdays and Thursdays here on Coach and Company. Just scan the QR code later on and use code BTT30. We can get your first 30 days absolutely free. Mark, we thank you very, very much as always. And we'll be back on Stadium in just 5 seconds.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. Coach and Company here on the Stadium Network. Do not forget to catch Coach and Bro Wednesday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Also on Stadium, we dominate the entire network. Now, I need to see Peyton, I need to see Soupy, and I need to see my man Chuck. And Chuck, I'm going to start with you because now as we get into June, we're starting to get into players that are not showing up for OTAs. McLaren, Washington, he wants a contract extension. TJ Watt, the Steelers, he wants more money. But Hendrickson, the best lineman in the league, and that's a disaster in Cincinnati. Do any of these 3 have a case?
I'm sure they have a case. Now, I'm wondering, do they all have the same agent? Now, that would truly be interesting. I think this is just part of the norm. This is just what we see this time of year, especially going into those final years. I think all 3 definitely have a case. I could see. I know it's what they get paid on what they do in the future, not what they've done in the past, but I definitely think they earned it.
See, I'm glad that you said that, though, because Hendrickson is still young enough, but what he's done in the past, Peyton, has been 17 sacks 2 years in a row. And they've paid everybody else superstar-wise on his team, but not him. And now he's saying they're not even talking. What a disaster.
Yeah, he has made it perfectly clear that he is not going to play the final year of his deal. He wants long-term, and they are only offering short-term. I guarantee that these guys will meet in the middle one day because Trey Hendrickson is the heart and soul of the Bengals, and they need him.
Yeah, they've already got their quarterback. They have one of their wide receivers. The other wide receiver contract is a sham. Go look it up. And Soupy, if you look at McLaren, and you've got a Washington team that is a playoff team, and he's the best wide receiver, how do you not pay this guy?
Yeah, especially with him and Jaden Dan. You have a second year now who just was the top quarterback in that draft class last year. They made the leap forward. You need to give him his best wide receiver. I think they're going to find a way to make him happy, especially because you want to make your quarterback happy. That is the most important thing. Make your quarterback happy.
Speaking of a quarterback who's never happy, $13 million a year is Aaron Rodgers. But the locker room leader, Big Chuck, is TJ Watt. And this guy needs to be happy. He's had some injuries over the years, but if the Steelers are going to go anywhere and get out of the AFC North this year, they got to have this guy from week number 1. Got to pay him too, yes?
Absolutely have to pay him. And with the money they saved signing Rodgers, I'm sure they're going to go ahead and get the deal done. They're just probably going to, cross all the or dot the I's, cross all the T's. I'm sure they'll get him ready to go by training camp.
Do we think that Peyton, because of the TJ Watt situation, the fact that Aaron Rodgers took less money, that if they start to lose, we're going to start to see that team implode from the inside out?
Maybe. And TJ Watt he's gonna get his extension done at some point. It's gotta happen for Pittsburgh Steelers. But him not taking part in Steelers mandatory minicamp tells me that he is not happy with where the negotiations are at the moment. And he is well aware that Cleveland's Myles Garrett signed a record $40 million a year extension earlier this offseason, and he wants the same. So we'll see what Pittsburgh does with him.
Yeah, Myles Garrett. I never want to play in Cleveland again. Oh, I love Cleveland all of a sudden. It's funny how that works, isn't it? All right, my man Bruce in the chat. Apparently, he's got to go to work. Bruce, we're working right now. If you weren't here at the top of the hour, patience. Picks are coming right here, right now. Lock it in. Ten seconds or less, one or two nuggets is all I need. Young Peyton, start us off.
I really like the Mariners on the money line tonight. They got walked off on last night in grand style. And we're going to see a pitcher's duel in Kansas City. We're going with the under in that game.
Yankees and the Royals, my favorite team. Soupy, let's.
Phillies first 5 under 2.5 runs. They've only scored 2 runs or less in the total game in 5 of their last 7. They're going against Colin Ray, who has been good as long as he doesn't play the Reds. And I'm taking Liberty minus 17.5 because they're playing the Chicago Sky, who they've already beaten by 25 points this year.
Good Lord, laying 17.5 points. Raphael, talk to me.
The Liberty will be minus 18 sometime soon, but I'm going to take the Angels first 5 minus a half minus 102 because the Sacramento A's stink. They have lost 12 straight on the road.
Mr. Chuck, let's go.
European World Cup qualifiers wrap up today. San Marino, Austria. San Marino's home matches are averaging 3.5 total goals. I think we see a large amount in the first half. First half over 1.75. Then we're going to move to the MLB nightcap. Cubs, Phillies, Mr. Kyle Schwarber to just get an RBI. Lifetime 375, one home run, and 4 RBIs versus Colin Ray.
Let's just start with an opening home run lead off and get it out of the way. Cast that check mark. All right, our JTS play of the day is coming. But, Mark, what do we have as a part of it, sir?
We are going with New York Liberty's Sabrina Ionescu to get at least 20 points in rebounds. Look, she has done this in 6 of her last 8 games, and against the Sky, she's averaging over 24 points in rebounds. Love this spot for her. We're going to pair that with Washington Nationals' Mackenzie Gore to get at least 6 strikeouts today against the Mets. He has been a perfect 7 for 7 in all-night road games this season where he's averaging almost 8 strikeouts. He's got a nasty slider and a 4-seam that ends it. Love this spot. Put them both together for a plus 103. Just Stat Sports Play of the Day.
Boom. And I want you to be a part of what we're doing. So many of you visited the site, signed up, using our QR code, using our code BTT30. You get 30 days for free. Raphael, make me smarter.
Mets have won 7 straight home games against the Washington Nationals. And let's throw in that they've won 7 of their last 8 home games. I like the Mets, even though Gore is on the mound.
All right, a couple of things. You guys know the kiss of death is when Big Cheesy agrees with you. Charles, Big Cheesy says the RBI over a half for Schwarber, best look on the board. All of a sudden, that just went to a loss, big dog. That just went to a loss.
No, I couldn't disagree more. I think we're on the same path.
Wow. Okay. And the other big question is, as they're questioning when I say runner, they think it's Target delivery. When I say driver, they think it's Uber. Clearly, you guys and Big Cheesy have not dealt with the network level like I have for damn near over 20 years. This is what was delivered to my door. Now, soft and breathable.
Nice.
Not what I ordered. Not even close to what I ordered. So my runner will have to go out again because you know when you're like this great athlete and you walk. I got big thighs. I can't wear these. You got to have the ones that suck to the thighs. You know what I mean, Raphael? Me and you have the same body type. We wear the same boxers.
It's just too much information right now, so I don't know if I can agree with you.
Yeah. This got awkward.
Raphael's definitely a tidy whitey guy.
Real quick, because we have a minute left. I know today is not Rant Wednesday, but a big decision came down from Illinois, Raphael, that is going to completely change the whole world of domestic sports betting. How do you feel about it? And give me a brief explanation in 30 seconds.
They're going to charge you 50 cents for fees for sports betting out in the state of Illinois. If you don't think other states are going to jump on that, you must be crazy, because I can guarantee you some state would do 75 cents for every transaction. So this just makes my job, so the jobs that I have offshore, really nice. So thank you, United States books.
I was going to say, if we played one word, it would be offshore, hyphenated. Oh, and it may not, people will go, what, it's just 50 cents. That's every single bet. And if you bet a lot every single day or a lot of different bets, that could add up really quickly.
It really 30 cent. I can guarantee you, FanDuel will probably have to have 30-cent lines in Illinois because they have to get some of that money back because people are going to be canceling their accounts and going somewhere else. So we can see bad lines like -7, -130 in football.
Yeah, no doubt, because they're certainly not going to pay it. That's for damn sure. Gentlemen, well done today getting through this amazing show. Producer man, thank you very much. Now it's time for all of you to go out into the world. Get your own boxers, damn it, and understand this. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets. It's over there, straight to the pay window. For my entire company, damn it, do I love them all. My man, Young Peyton, Soupy, Raphael, Mark, Chuck, producer man, I'm simply the coach. Trying to keep this train on said track. This has been one of the all-timers, Coach and Company, live as always on Stadium. Have a great day.